Frequently, we talk about big breaking news that can impact the hobby, but today's news is maybe some of the biggest yet. Stick around. Hello to all my sports card collectors, investors, all of my collectibles friends. How are we doing today? We've got breaking news, some really game-changing stuff that came out today. PWCC and CSG announced a special partnership, but it's not exactly something that we have seen before. And again, you just see all of these different moving parts, these different partnerships that are really shaping the hobby and will have a ripple effect as we move forward. If you're new here and you're looking for sports card news, just card talk stuff, all the fun sports card collectible stuff that really your family just doesn't want to hear you talk about anymore, you've come to the right place, guys. Hit that subscribe button, the likes, the notifications, all the stuff, and we will get into it. Oh, and also connect with me on IG at SportsCardDad, and I'm also on the Twitter machine, the SportsCardDad. So let's get down to the nitty gritty of this thing. We're going to break it down. This is something that just broke. I saw an hour, maybe 2 hours ago on Instagram. And then I also followed it to the CSG website, CCG website to get more information. And so essentially what has happened here is CSG and PWCC are coming together to enable you to sell raw cards through the PWCC marketplace, but to be able to sell raw, send in raw to get graded and then sold through PWCC all in one step. And listen to how they have this broken down. So they are enabling an estimated wait time of 10 days, which is very short. When you think about CSG, they already have an eBay partnership where they're authenticating through eBay. There's an assumption, of course, I'm speculating that eventually eBay will offer some sort of a authentication plus grading option if you're going through them. So you've got that. So they're offering a 10-day estimated wait time through this PWCC process. No upfront grading fee. I'll say that again. No upfront grading fee. No upfront fees. And so you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, great. So what's the catch? What are the back-end fees? What are the back-end grading fees? $20. $20 is that back-end grading fee. But here's the kicker. It doesn't matter. According to the website, there is no such thing as values. They're not watching the actual values of the card. So it doesn't matter the genre, doesn't matter the category, the size, or the value of the card. So the way I'm reading this is an 86 Flair Jordan, 52 Topps Mickey Mantle. It's $20. $20 to get it graded through CSG. Now, of course, PWCC is going to take their piece, the selling fees. So that's what's in it for them. And CSG is going to get it because they're going to get volume. They're going to get grading fees through volume. But $20, I mean, that is a rock bottom price when you consider that there is no market, there's no assumed value. It's not as if it's a sliding scale up. You know, like with PSA, if the card is worth $50,000, there's an upcharge for that. The way that I'm reading this is there is no upcharge attached to this. It is $20 flat, which to me is kind of wild. And I don't know if CSG is maybe sharing in the PWCC sale in the back, because I do know that PWCC, it's not like My Slabs where you've got a 1% selling fee. They've got fairly significant selling fees through PWCC in a similar vein to what an eBay does. But look here that they are trying to make this very easy for the consumer to where you can literally just take your raw card, send it to PWCC, shoots it off to CSG, gets graded, and then it gets moved into the PWCC weekly Sunday auction. And so that's how it works. And it's basically just ship it off and forget about it. That's the whole idea of this program. It's a pretty big deal, especially when you consider the fact that CSG has got that partnership with eBay. And eBay obviously had issues with PWCC. PWCC, one of the biggest buyers on eBay up until, about a year ago, maybe a little bit less than a year ago. Now PWCC has their own auction system. So they're kind of at odds, PWCC and eBay, and CSG is linked to both of these companies. They have deals with both. For CSG, this is wild to me because CSG, again, is kind of that fourth grading company out of the big four when we talk about PSA, BGS, SGC, and CSG. And man, CSG is just making these massive partnerships. I think the big thing is just going to see is can they stay up with this 10-day estimated turnaround time? Because obviously they're assuming that they can get a lot of volume here. For a $20 grade, regardless of the value of the card, this is strictly a play to get volume. So can they stick to that 10-day estimated turnaround time? How many graders do they have? Have they hired a bunch of graders? Have they been hiring graders? I mean, they've obviously got graders that are authenticating cards, or maybe that's a separate team that's authenticating cards at CSG. Man, I would love to see a behind the scenes at CSG's headquarters. That would be incredible content for anybody that's a content creator that's making content. I know Jeff Wilson went to the SGC headquarters with Peter and got to see the behind the scenes there. I would love to see what's going on behind the scenes at CSG, just because these partnerships are massive. And this, again, is the number 4 grading company. There's all these grading companies, there's all these consumers that are PSA or nothing, estimated turnaround times are going to get better with PSA. They're going to get caught up on their backlog. But man, the competition is really, really heating up in this space. All 4 of these companies, like we've talked about before in the grading space, are doing stuff. They're making things happen. Even, BGS, who they've been criticized for not being out front. No one's heard from them. They don't communicate. They've got their own vault system coming out. They've got NFTs tied to, cards tied to grading. They've got different things that they're doing. They're rebranding. And really, BGS has been that company that's been kind of on the outs as far as the hobby goes, just based on perception. They're obviously big time brand with Dr. Beckett's name on it, and a longtime grader in the space, have a great product. So when I see stuff like this, it just makes me think like, man, this is a competition that's really heating up between these companies. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Is this something that makes you consider CSG and using PWCC? Obviously, I guess you'd have to look at, what is the grading cost versus the card that you're putting in versus PWCC's, selling fees. But as far as convenience goes, you see a lot of these companies that are moving just to make it as easy as possible for the consumer, for the collector/investor to be able to just move their raw cards to that vault, to those companies, grade it, vault it, sell it, all in one place. So very, very interesting stuff. Guys, talk to me in the comments. Have an amazing day. Stay healthy. Stay awesome. I will talk to you again later.